Welcome to Know Your Worth. We're here, we talk about money, motivation, and management. Using ideas as your own to better your situation going forward, because one thing for certain, if you're working at assembly line, the results will always be the same. Now let's get into it.
And today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite careers, which is sales development representative, also known as tech sales, software sales, and business development representative. I'm just going to go ahead and refer to it as tech sales from now on. Abdul is a very young guy, and he was able to get into tech sales without a college degree or any background experience. So I reached out to the person who posted the video, and I was able to get them to come on the channel, and I asked them a bunch of key questions that is stuff that you really want to know, like how much can you expect to make, how long it takes to get into this, how much can you make right away, and then how much can you expect to make mid-career, how flexible is it, can you do it remotely, etc. So without further ado, you're not going to want to miss out on this one. Make sure to watch it all the way through. We are going to jump into it right now. Is tech sales and sales development representative?
Basically, what tech sales is, the role I'm in, basically, we sell software to, businesses. So
We sell software to business. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever worked in a company or a situation where you had to use some type of software just for months later after you just learned the software, or you've been using this software for a certain amount of time and just for you have to learn a new process? Tech sales, people are introducing these different technologies to help the company grow or meet a point where the company feel like they're not being efficient enough. That's where people like you and I that could be possibly in this tech field or tech sales to introduce this to. Let's continue on.
Business to business. And what I do is I'm on the phones prospecting businesses that would be a great fit for the product that we're selling. And I'm just calling them up, sending emails to them. And my job is to book as many meetings as possible and get them, sold on the product and, make sure they're fit. So we're not jamming products in people's faces like, hey, buy this, buy this. No, we don't do that. We do something called discovery. And what discovery is basically you're asking them questions to see if they're fit, like, what are you doing for your business? What are your goals? Really taking time to really understand and assess whether or not whatever we're selling to them could be something that, would benefit them and help them. So it really is more so a consultative, doctor approach rather than a straight up, stereotypical used carsman sales.
Discovery. Let me ask you this. How many have you done played Facebook detectives, you done solved the case and never got paid for it? Or you have somebody that you're interested in and you're constantly checking their page to see what they have going on, but once again, you're not being paid for it. Where discovery is what this business is. You're using the same techniques, following people, trying to find what they're doing, but instead of stalking them for your personal benefit, this is actually help the company. How much time you spend searching people? Let's continue.
Sort of thing. Can you kind of start at the beginning and just tell us that part of the story?
Yeah, so let's go back into the past. So first of all, I did not go to college because in the back of my head since I was 15, I was like, I want to be entrepreneurial. I want to do stuff that's, kind of outside of, society, like, something that goes against conventional thinking. I'm like, let me try something different. So right after high school, I actually, worked in retail sales at the mall. I was just working at this, sales job. Well, not really a sales job, but like, you're talking with people, retail. I guess that you could say that's like my introduction to sales because, we're really focused on selling, clothes, shoes and whatnot. And then I didn't get enough hours at that role. So I had to get another role. And it's funny that the next role I got was I was working a warehouse job, a temporary warehouse job. And it wasn't the best. That job wasn't fun, but it made me save some money. But there was something that really dawned on my head, like, man, I need to do something different. What is available to me without having a college degree? So
I have to pause right there. He said, something dawned on me and I had to do something different. How many of you feel like you're stuck in your position and feel like you need to be doing something different? Because let's be honest, some people are comfortable in their situation and their lifestyle. Some people are not. For those who are not comfortable in their lifestyle, well, got to start asking yourself some questions. How much you worth? Let's continue.
I was working this warehouse job. COVID happened. COVID happened. I got laid off, got the benefits. That was a good thing about it. But so because of this happening, I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to, try something different. So I searched up how to get a sales role without a college degree, because what's funny was a friend of mine, well, not a friend, but a coworker of mine, when I was working this warehouse job, said, hey, you should go into sales. You're pretty charismatic. You know how to talk to people well. And I'm like, okay, let me explore this. Let's see what sales could do. So during COVID, I was just searching up, how to get a sales role without a college degree. And, the rest was history. So before sales, I was working warehouse jobs. I was working retail jobs, just kind of all over the place, really trying to find myself and really get into that, transition.
Discovery that led you to become get into this career?
Well, the discovery that, led me to this career was, it started with what I wanted my life to look like in the next 10 years or so. So for me, my long-term goal is to eventually, have my own business. And a lot of business owners, what a common denominator is that you have to be good at sales. You have to know, you have to know how to sell. You need to know, business to business stuff. Like one author that I really respect well, Brian Tracy, actually had a similar path. He didn't go to college. He worked these funny jobs and then he got into sales. So that was like, okay, sales could possibly be like college for entrepreneurship for me. So I was like, okay, let's get a sales role. Perfect. So it aligns very well with my long-term goals. So I'm like, yes, this is what I need to do. I need to go into sales. This is just going to be perfect. So that's really what kind of, motivated me to get into sales. I was searching up, okay, how to get a sales role without, a college degree. And Troy's website popped up on the search query, his blog, and the blog titled how to, obviously what I searched up, how to get into sales without a college degree. So I read the blog and I'm like, wow, this is very informative. This is very, very informative. So after reading that blog post, there was another blog post that said, okay, how college is kind of obsolete. There was another blog post, and then his book was there. And then I read his book and I'm like, whoa, this really reaffirmed my thoughts on why college is kind of unnecessary. And then I was like, is there a way for me to kind of get in contact with Troy to help me get a sales job without a college degree? And what popped up on the website was, yeah, book a one-on-one consultation. I'm like, okay, let's get this started. Let's get it going. So that's how I found Troy. That's how I found Course Careers, was just a simple, search query.
Got it.
Quick thought when it comes to the idea of college. Though college is not necessarily bad, it's just not necessary for everyone. And the most important thing here is, if you're going to go to college, well, you should go with a purpose. You should go with a clear idea, understanding of what you want to acquire or what you're going for. If you don't feel like the position is significant enough for where you're taking that, then why acquire all that debt? Let's continue.
In the same situation, would expect to be paid at kind of like an entry level.
Fill the beans and give you the meat and potatoes. So the pay, what it looks like is basically, a base the base is 50,000. So I'm in Canada actually. So that's 50,000, and on track right now it is like 75,000. So basically that's the potential. Let's say I hit all my quota, I'm on pace to, hit 75,000 a year.
I want you to pause this video right now. I want you to go on Google ND and I want you to look up how much tech sales actually make. Matter of fact, no, don't look that up. Look up entry-level jobs that you can receive without an education. At least get 50,000 and can be on track to 6 figures. Let's continue.
You decide to go into a different career path or something along those lines?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Listen, when you're in sales, you're basically in a position where you're talking to people and you're basically understanding how people work, and you're communicating what motivates people. And that skill alone is just transcends, in my opinion, it transcends sales, and it's just a basic life skill. If you know how to communicate well, if you know how to persuade people and, you know, kind of help them see something that they have a pain point in, or try and help them, that is going to do you wonders in life.
Why tech sales? Just look at the flexibility, all right? Most companies, if you're going to earn anywhere between 6 figures, they need you on the job. They need you in the office. Well, this is not the case with these most jobs in this tech industry. Mostly is remote or hybrid, where you can come to the office, or you can do it remotely. Now, just imagine you being to go out of state and just be able to still provide for yourself and not have to take PTO or have to take your time off where you don't get paid. Well, you could work a few hours from anywhere. The flexibility that this have and the opportunity that it presents for people like you and I, regular day Joes, no degree, trying to find our way and want to earn a decent living. Let's continue.
Yes, I think sales is a tremendous role that will just, you know, affect all areas of your life. And even if technology sales isn't something that you want to do for the rest of your life, whatever you choose to do, whatever career path you choose and want to go through, is just going to help tremendously. So I would say yes, yes, indeed, yes.
If you're looking to learn more, I'm gonna leave the link below. You decide what you want to do. You invest in yourself. Until next time, know your worth.
What I would love to say is, just know, to everyone watching, just know that, you know, what you've been taught is not everything, and that there's more to what's being taught in school, especially that now that we have the internet. So really use the power of the internet to really find what you truly want to do, and know that we live in an age where there's alternative ways in doing whatever you want to do.